Now on to the top 10 alleged math mistakes in Einstein relativity. And it's alleged, it's because it's not accepted by the mainstream that these are mistakes. So, as normal, I put out my general note about light speed. It has a peculiar meaning because of what Einstein was writing about in the context of special relativity. So this is the paper that starts all the problems. It's Einstein's 1905 special relativity paper. So I've asked ChatGPT, which is my favourite AI to artificial intelligence, to give the unaccepted math mistakes in Einstein relativity, and it gave me the top 10. AI says the top 10 most frequently cited alleged Einstein math mistakes based on critiques from neo-Lorentzian, absolute time, and historical perspectives. These are the claims that appears most often in books, papers, and online discussions. So the observations are all of these are either conceptual issues about simultaneity, time, coordinates, or the historical pedagogical shortcuts. None represent a true algebraic calculus or tensor mistake. Most critiques are rooted in alternative interpretations like absolute time, ether models, or neo-Lorentzian frameworks, not in accepted mathematics. So I think that's all the excuses that the mainstream gives when these alleged mathematical mistakes are pointed out to them. So going in reverse order, at number 10, the energy momentum relation, which is the equals mc squared equation, and the claim is that the early derivation of E equals mc squared was allegedly circular, and the mainstream disagrees and says modern derivations are rigorous and correct. So the type of alleged mistake is that it's pedagogical stroke historical. At number 9, the Hafley-Keating stroke GPS. The claim is special relativity formulas allegedly misapplied to real clocks. The mainstream disagrees, and it says special relativity and general relativity correctly predicts observed shifts. And so the type of alleged mistake is conceptual stroke interpretational. At number 8 is about proper versus coordinate time confusion. And the claim mistake is early derivations mix proper and coordinate time. Mainstream disagrees, says conceptual subtlety, math correct in full treatment. So the alleged mistake is conceptual stroke pedagogical. At number 7, early gravitational deflection. And so the claim mistake is in the 1911 paper by Einstein, the derivation gives half the correct value. And the mainstream rebukes it by saying the full general relativity corrects this, and it's just a historical approximation, that 1911 paper. So the type of mistake is historical pedagogical. At number 6, the Michelson-Morley, and it's a claim mistake is a misuse to justify isotropicity of light, and the mainstream rebutts that by saying Michelson-Morley measures two-way light speed, special relativity postulates about one-way light speed is consistent, and so the type of alleged mistake is conceptual stroke interpretational. And number 5, the twin paradox, and the claim mistake is alleged inconsistent treatment of acceleration. The mainstream rebukes by saying a full special relativity treatment resolves the paradox, and the math is consistent. So the type of mistake is conceptual stroke pedagogical. At number 4, time dilation. The claim mistake is critics claim derivation incorrectly mixes frames. The mainstream rebukes by saying mathematically correct within special relativity debate is conceptual. So the type of mistake is the conceptual stroke interpretational. And number 3, length contraction. The claim is claimed misinterpretation of contracted lengths. And the mainstream rebuke is formula is mathematically consistent, issue is physical interpretation. So the type of alleged mistake is conceptual stroke interpretational. At number 2, Lorentz transformations. And the claim mistake is derivation allegedly circular assumes constancy of light speed. And the mainstream reboot is derivation is valid if postulates are accepted and not an arithmetic mistake. So the type of mistake is pedagogical stroke conceptual. And here he comes up to number 1. The number 1 is at number 1 is the special relativity clock synchronization. And the claim mistake is using light signals to define simultaneity is arbitrary or inconsistent. And the mainstream rebuttal is special relativity explicitly defines simultaneity convention mathematically consistent. And so the type of alleged mistake is conceptual stroke interpretational again. And that's it, finished. Those are the top 10 alleged mathematical mistakes which the mainstream does not accept.